Hey everybody, today we have 33 minutes of Pilates. We are focusing on your glutes and your core with a 5-minute stretch at the end. All right, let's get started. So laying on your back in neutral spine, I'd like you to activate your T-zone. If you are unsure what the T-zone is, please refer to my Pilates basic video linked below. All right, so in neutral spine with your T-zone activated, let's start with our first exercise called lift foot. So with lift foot, we are just lifting one foot into tabletop at a time. So again, keeping the T-zone tight, the neutral spine and the hips stable. You're just lifting one foot into tabletop so the knee comes above the hip, the shin is horizontal and the toe is pointed. Excellent. Keep those shoulders pulling back and down. Keep the chin tucked in and smile. So we're just using this lift foot exercise as a warm-up. So getting that core warm and ready for our session. So the next exercise is lift foot and extend. So as you can see, you lift the foot into tabletop and then extend the leg out. So to make it harder, you can go lower and further, and to make it easier, you go higher and not as far. Just make sure when the leg extends, you're not arching your back. Keep the ribs to hips so you're keeping that neutral spine and not letting the ribs flare. Good, keep the chin tucked in, shoulders back and down, and hips stable. So you're breathing in to lift the leg in tabletop. Breathing out to extend the leg, breathing in to come back to tabletop, and then breathing out to place the foot back on the ground. Beautiful. That's it. Breathe in to lift the leg into tabletop, out to extend, in to come back to tabletop, and out to place the foot back on the ground. Excellent. All right, next we've got abdominal curls. So I want you to interlace your fingers at the base of your neck. Gently let your head just sink into your hands, chin tucked in, shoulders pulling back and down, and elbows wide. So you're going to breathe out as you curl up, getting your rib cage to come toward your hip bone. And again, because your feet are on the ground, your back stays in neutral spine. So you're breathing out to curl the body up, ribs to hips, and breathe in as you come back down. Beautiful. Use your core to pull you up. So you're not pulling with your arms, you're not pulling on your neck. You're using your core to pull you up. That's it. And remember, breathing out to curl up and breathing in to come back down. Keeping those elbows wide, shoulders pulling back and down, and chin tucked in. And your hips shouldn't be moving. They shouldn't be tucking under. They shouldn't be rolling side to side. Use your core to stabilize. Excellent. One more, and then we're going to go into oblique curl. So oblique curl is the same thing, but we're actually going to rotate to the side. So curl it up and then right rib cage to left hip bone, and then come back down. And then go the other way. So it's breathing out as you curl up and across, and then breathing in to come back down. So here we really want to keep the hips square so they're not rotating and twisting side to side. That's it. Breathe out as you curl up and across, and then breathe in as you come back down. Keep those shoulders back and down and elbows wide. Excellent. Keep it going. So when you're curling up, you want to try to get the shoulder blade up off the ground. So you're really trying to get the rib cage to the hip bone, shortening the distance between the rib cage and the hip bone. That's it, really working those oblique muscles. And just a reminder, as always, when you are training, you should feel the muscle you are working activate, but there should be no hip pain, back pain, neck pain, no joint pain at all. It should just be the muscles that you're working. So right now, it's all core, baby. It's all core. Okay, so next we're going to do the oblique curl again, but now in tabletop. So with our feet in tabletop, we want an imprinted spine. So drawing the belly button in and the lower back towards the ground, imprinting the spine. And the same thing, fingers interlaced at the base of the neck, elbows wide, shoulders back and down, and you're curling up and across the body. Right rib cage to left hip bone, and then left rib cage to right hip bone. Fabulous. Breathing out to curl up, breathing in to come back down. Now, if it's too much with your feet in tabletop, you can just go back and pop your feet on the ground and continue on. Obviously, with your feet up, does put a lot more tension on those core muscles, especially to keep those knees above the hips where they should be. Just remember form over anything else. So, pop your ego aside and just think it's better to train in good form with the right muscles activating than to, advance too quickly and not have the right muscles activating. Remember to take rests whenever you need. There's no problem with that. But if you do want to give yourself a little bit more of a challenge, we're going to stay up with these oblique curls and not rest at the bottom in between. So that's it, staying up and curled, and then you're twisting side to side. Good. But again, if that's too much, just go back down in between every rep. Beautiful. You are doing amazing. All right, last one. And then we're going into straight leg stretch. Okay, so with straight leg stretch, we are imprinting your spine. So draw the belly button down and lower back imprints onto the mat. So feet in tabletop and curl the body up. And then you're going to extend the legs to the sky. And then gently grab behind one leg. And you draw it gently towards you, stretching out the hamstring. As you breathe out, huff, huff. Then swap the legs. That's it, huff, huff as you stretch, and then breathe in as you swap the legs. So you're curling the body up, using your obliques, using your core to curl up. Try not to use your arms, try not to pull on the legs to hold you up. Use your belly, that's it. Shoulders pulling back and down, chin tucked in. Good. Keep that spine imprinted. Keep that belly button drawing in. Keep the shoulders back and down. Beautiful. Okay, next we're doing Nutcracker, and I have 2 levels for Nutcracker for you. So feet in tabletop and hands above your chest, hands one across the other, shoulders pulling back and down. I want you to breathe out to curl the body up, and your knees go wide and your hands go between. That's it, stretching the hands as far as you can, curling the body up. The next level is where your feet separate and you're making a V with your legs. That's it. So again, keeping that T-zone tight, really hollow out the belly, and just know we're not trying to widen the legs too wide. We want to keep that T-zone tight. So you just want a little V with your legs. The more you widen the legs, the more likely you are to lose that T-zone. So just a little V with the legs. And again, if that's too much, just go down to the level where your feet stay together and in tabletop position, not straightening the legs. Okay, next we're doing planks. So it's time to flip it over. We're going to have your hands under your shoulders, and we're going to draw a straight line from your shoulders to your knees or your feet. So place the chest over your hands, push the ground away so you're lifting up the spine between the shoulder blades, and then you're drawing your ribs to hips so you're not arching through your lower back. Chin tucked in, so the head's in line with the rest of the spine. And the next level up is on your toes, so you can lift the knees off the ground if you want an extra challenge. So again, making a nice straight line. So your head, shoulders, hips and feet are in a nice straight line. So your butt's not sticking up in the air, your lower back's not sagging, your head's not hanging. You're doing really well, and remember you can drop to the knees if you prefer. Good, keep the tummy drawing in, your ribs to hips. That's it, pull those shoulders back and down. Keep pushing the ground away so you're lifting the upper spine up towards your shoulder blades. Good. Keep the chin tucked in, head long. Excellent work, well done. Okay, great. All right, next we've got Pilates push-ups. So I want you to place your hands just at the edge of your mat under your chest. So lock that high plank position in. So you've got a nice straight line from your head to your knees or your head to your feet. And then we're going to lower your body down in 3 levels. So breathing in as you go down and breathing out as you drive back up. That's it. Really use your chest to come back up. Good. Breathing in to come down and breathing out as you drive back up. Excellent. Keep the ribs to hips, belly button to spine. Keep the shoulders pulling back and down. Keep the chin tucked in. And really try to keep that alignment of the spine. Beautiful. All right, next we're going to hit all your posture muscles, including between the shoulder blades. So we're going to lay on your belly. Now really draw up your belly button to spine. So it's almost like you're lifting it up off the ground. Then tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your glutes. And then you're going to extend your upper back. So lifting the upper back towards the sky. Pulling your shoulder blades back and down and straightening those arms out. So they kind of make a little bit of a V shape, upside down V shape. Keeping those shoulders pulling back and down and the chin tucked in, you're going to rotate your palms, palms down, palms up, palms down, palms up. Really keep your rib cage drawn towards your hip bone so you're not arching through your lower back. So by now you should be feeling it between the shoulder blades. All those shoulder blade muscles are really working hard, and maybe you're feeling it through the triceps, the back of the arms also. That's it, really stretch through those fingertips. Keep resetting the shoulders back and down. Keep drawing your belly button up off the mat, and keep your glutes working to tuck the tailbone under. Beautiful. Okay, next we're doing some glute work. So we're going to lay on your back with your feet hip width distance apart and your shoulder blades pulling back and down and chin tucked in. We're going to draw the belly button in and we're going to roll the spine up vertebrae by vertebrae. So squeeze the glutes, push through the heels, and then roll the spine up vertebrae by vertebrae until you're in a nice straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Keep your ribs to hips so you're not arching through your lower back. That's it, roll it up and then roll it down vertebrae by vertebrae. Good. You're breathing out to roll it up and then you're breathing in to roll it back down. There's no rush, just go slow, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae to get some mobility between each of the vertebrae. And just check your knee alignment. So your knees shouldn't be splaying out or collapsing in. They should be hip distance apart and sitting above your ankles in alignment with the middle toes. Okay, next we're going to progress these. So you're going to stay up in that bridge position and we're going to go out and in with your knees. So just little outies. You're going to open the knees up a little bit and then close them. Open and close. So breathe out to open and breathe in to close. Keep the weight through the heels. Keep the ribs drawing towards the hip bones so you're not arching your back. Keep your belly button drawn in and keep your hips high, using your glutes to lift up the hips. Make sure your shoulder blades are pulling back and down and your chin's tucked in. Okay, openings are done. So roll it back down and we're going to progress the pelvic curl again. So roll it up and then I want you to slide one foot in towards the center line and then push that heel down, squeeze the glute as you lift the other leg and point the toe to the sky. Now obviously you really want to keep the ribs to hips here, the belly button to spine, and really working through that glute of the stabilizing leg. That's it, keep the shoulders pulling back and down, chin tucked in. Beautiful. So please note, if these pelvic curls are a bit too challenging, you can always go back to the pelvic curl openings. Just bring it back one level until you build up enough glute and core strength. right, last one, and then you're going to place both feet on the ground and then roll your body down one vertebra at a time. Excellent. All right, next we've got donkey kicks. So we're going to go to your hand and knee position. So your all four position, where your hands are under your shoulders and knees are under your hips. So in this position, keep that back in neutral, shoulders pulling back and down, and lifting the upper spine up towards those shoulder blades. Keep the head long, chin tucked in. All right, so draw in the belly button and then hover one knee off the ground, flex the toe back, and then you're going to squeeze the glute and lift the leg up. So the toes flex back and you're leading with your heel as you squeeze the glute up and then slowly lower. So let's breathe out to lift, breathing in to lower. Now make sure you're not lifting the leg and arching your back. So keeping the core tight, keep the ribs to hips so you're not arching through that lower back. And just remember to keep the weight of the body mostly through the knees. So try not to let any of the weight of the body go into the hands. You want to keep the weight back into that back knee. Now with this exercise, you want to keep the hips square so they're not twisting, they're not rotating. Everything stays nice and aligned, nice and square. The core's working hard to stabilize the spine and the hips, and the glutes are firing to stabilize the hips. Beautiful. All right, we're going on to horse kicks. So now hover the knee just off the ground and point the toe. And then you're going to breathe out and extend the leg long in line with the rest of the body. That's it. Breathe in to come back in, and to breathe out, squeeze the glute and stretch the leg long, point through the toe. Again, keeping the weight through the knees. Keep the weight off the hands as much as possible. Keep lifting the upper spine. Keep the shoulders pulling back and down, chin tucked in. Keep the belly button drawn in and the ribs to hips. Okay, with the next horse kick, I want you to keep that leg long, and then we're going to go into pulses. So the leg is stretching long, pointing through the toe. You're going to squeeze the glute to lift the leg, breathing out, and breathe in to lower. So we're just pulsing the leg up and down. The spine does not move, so keep the ribs to hips so you're not arching through the back as you lift the leg. Keep the belly button drawing in towards the spine. Keep pushing the ground away and lifting the upper spine. Keep the head long, chin tucked in. Good, and remember to keep the weight through the knees. Okay, now we're progressing into sweeps. So extend that leg long, flex the toe back and turn it out away from your body. You're going to breathe out to sweep the leg out and breathe in to come back to the center line. So really try to keep the hips square so they're not rotating out. Keep them square to the ground, hips are level. Good, breathing out to sweep outwards, breathing in to come back. Remember to keep the weight through that back knee and weight off the hands. That's it. And just remember, it's not a big movement. It's just a small sweep. It's all about stabilizing through the hips and spine. All right, now we've got all that on the other side. If you want to come up on the knees and give your wrists a little bit of a release, you can. Otherwise, let's go straight into the donkey kicks on the other side. So keeping the weight through the knee, keeping that neutral spine, keep the ribs to hips, squeeze the glute as you lift the leg, and the heel goes up towards the sky. All right, last one, and then we're going into your horse kicks. So now over that knee, off the ground, point the toe, and then you're going to squeeze the glute and extend the leg out in line with the rest of the body. Breathing out to extend, breathing in to come back to hover the knee. Just remember, keep the weight back over that knee. So keeping the weight off the hands, load up the knee. So that glute has to really stabilize. You should be feeling both glutes work. Awesome work. Make sure those hips are staying square to the ground. And last one, and we're going to go into pulses. So keep that leg long, point through the toe, and then you're just pulsing up and down. Breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. Good, really draw through the core, ribs to hips, so you're not arching or letting that back move. Beautiful. All right, we have our last exercise. So we've got sweeps. So lift the leg, flex the toe back, and turn it out away from the body. Then we're going to sweep the leg forward, breathe out, and sweep it back, breathe in. Remember, this is just a little movement. So little sweeps, so your hips don't move, and you stabilize through the spine. Good. Keep the weight back through the knee and off the hands. And you are done. Well done. You smashed it today. So it's stretch time. So I'm going to start off with a prayer stretch. So knees hip width, and you're just going to sit down, sit your butt back onto your feet as you stretch your hands long and let your body relax down towards the ground. Now you should feel this under your underarms into your lats. And if your lower back's tight, you may feel it there also. I'm just widening up my knees just a little bit to get a little bit more comfortable. But just take some deep breaths. Let your body relax into this stretch. It's a nice stretch to wind down the nervous system also. Okay, keep that belly tight and slowly crawl back up. And next we're going to do your hamstring stretch laying on your back. So laying on your back, belly button to spine, and then we're just going to extend one leg up while the other one stays bent and on the ground. So you can have a soft bend at the knee, and we're just going to draw that leg towards you. So your hands can be at the calf, your ankle, or your thigh. You're just gently drawing that leg towards you. Try to keep your hips square and try to keep your hips on the ground so your bum's not tucking under and lifting up off the ground. That's it. Nice deep breaths. Keep your shoulders back and down. And again, like all stretches, they should be gentle. There should be no pain, and you shouldn't be forcing it. Okay, crossing that ankle across the other thigh, and then thread your hands through and grab that thigh and draw it towards you. This will be stretching the glute of the top leg. Also, that ankle that is placed over the other thigh, flex the foot so you're protecting the knee of that top leg. All right, we're so close. So let's stretch the hammy of the other leg. So belly button to spine, shoulders back and down. You can have a soft bend in the knee. You're just drawing that leg towards you, stretching the back of the leg. Enjoy. Okay, bend that top leg, flex the toe back, place the ankle over the thigh, thread your hands through and grab the back of the thigh, or if you've got the reach, you can grab the shin and draw it towards you. Well done. How are you feeling? I hope you're feeling amazing and ready to take on the rest of your day. I hope you really enjoyed today's workout. Please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you thought, and if you enjoy doing Pilates to the sound of the ocean. I absolutely did. It was my favorite workout online to date. Anyway, have a great day, guys. Stay fierce. I can't wait to see you next time. Bye for now.